pursuing BTech CTIS Cloud Technology Information Security from Ajinkya DY Patil University, and right now I'm in final year student and I'm doing my internship in cloud technologies. So in this I'm going to tell you about the company introduction, my role in the company, what I have done in cloud till now, and my project and task and the implementation part. Okay. So about my company, the Cloud is the first company in India to provide cloud training and consulting services, and it provides consulting and training in both in many clouds like AWS, Amazon Web Services, and in Microsoft Azure, and as well as the GCP. And they also work with different tools like DevOps and Power Apps and all others. Okay, and as well as it's mostly focused on empowering IT professionals, organizing with leveraging cloud big data technologies. Okay, and this company, what's my role in this company, what's my role? So my role is being selected for an internship in that technologies and situated in Bangalore, and internship has been started effective from 22nd of January 2021 for a period of 6 months. And at cloud I am working as a research intern in cloud and big data technologies. So what I have done so far. So in this company, in my internship period or my training period, they first taught me about the virtualizations. Then they would tell about the hypervisors. Then they taught me about the some fundamentals of Linux. And after that, Linux, they have taught me about them some basic services in AWS. Then we'll move forward to the advanced services in AWS, that means solution architect services. And after that they have moved us to the AWS developer services like AWS Lambda and Cloud Formation and all these services. And after that they taught us about GCP, same all things that we have taught in that we have learned in AWS, same all things we have learned in GCP also, but not in that depth because I have an interest in AWS, so I have learned AWS more effectively. And in AWS, these are some advanced services that I'm talking about: Amazon EC2 and RDS system is a database system, AWS Direct Connect. It's a system for connecting um, to different companies and connecting to different AWS services also. Amazon EBS, it's in storage services, and these are many more services. Load balancing, Route 53, it's a DNS providers. Amazon VPC, it gives you the your private VPC. That means your private virtual private cloud on which you can deploy your application, and you will be separated from all other networks. Elastic IP is like just providing you the static IP, a static IP for your application. So after that I have learned about some DevOps tools. So DevOps tools is like before talking in DevOps tools, I want to tell you what is DevOps. DevOps is something like what happens in the previous years, in the previous eras, that when we started deploying the website and want to deploy our application on the internet, we use SDLCs, software development life cycles, and in that we use waterfall models, and there are many more models. What happens, what are there are some lack in these models. These models are literally very slow in creating website. If you want to create a website or application, it took around 6 to 8 months to create one application, because it's like it had different stages, and one stage is only be performed by a particular number of people. So it takes a lot of time to deploy that website. So with the help of with that, we have come across with the DevOps tools, which makes the deployment of the application and the website very easy, very smooth, and very fast, and very seamlessly. So as you can see, this is the diagram of the DevOps tool. As you can see, it's in sign of infinity. As infinity means it's in steps that we follow to develop any application. That means first we plan, then create, then verify, then We go to the this package, then release, then configuration, then monitoring. This is the whole cycle of a DevOps tool. That means for developing we need these all the points that we have to keep in our mind. Okay. Previously what happening waterfall model, we also performing these tasks, but we are performing it manually. But now the tools are comes, the tools have come, so with the help of the tools we can perform it very seamlessly. So for Jenkins it's a CI/CD configuration, continuous integration, continuous deployment tool. Terraform is for creating infrastructure. Puppet is also used for creating infrastructure, but it's a previous version of Terraform. Okay, then it's comes the Kubernetes is to for managing the containers. Okay, and Docker is the containerization process. In Kubernetes we also call it the orchestration tool. Orchestration means that it manages whole orchestrate managing all the containers, uh, from starting from auto scaling, or from starting from not to provide a IP address and anything, and provide elasticity and providing the load balancing. It's all be done with the help of this Kubernetes, and it all perform on the Docker Kubernetes. Also Docker. And here comes the Ansible is a tool, is a configuration tool, and it's like a tool if someone has 100 computers, and on each computer he wants to install Python, so he can just give the command to one computer and it's going to be installed on all the 100 computers in configuration tools. And here comes the Amazon Web Service. Amazon Web Service also provide these types of tools. These are the private tools. These and Amazon Web Service also provides these types of tools like code build, code pipeline, and CloudWatch. And Maven use for the developing that code. And we use GitLab. It's for the versioning tool. If we have created one version of our application and we want to be upgraded different application, it will keep the version like it's in 2.0, then it's in 2.1. It's keep all the versions of our application. Okay, and there are some more tools for monitoring also, Nagios and all. These are the monitoring tools used in DevOps. Okay, then what's my project and task? I perform many tasks. It's like a very small task, like creating the VPC, creating subnets and route tables, and creating architectures, and as well as creating databases system, installing and creating application servers, and installing web servers, and mainly my work is providing infrastructure and the base system. So in this I have created the three-tier architecture. This is the architecture which is highly scalable, highly available, and the highly secure architecture, on which we can, if we have hosted our website, we can think of 99.99999% of uptime of a website, and its security also. And in this it's a three-tier architecture, as you can see. And in this three-tier architecture we have, in this three-tier architecture we have deployed our website, and we have deployed our website in our private subnet, and we have deployed these in three different availability zones. uh, in this manner, if one availability zone get affected by different calamities or anything else, other two availability zones will make your websites up at that time also. So we have deployed in three different availability zones. And for security purpose we kept our even presentation tier in the private subnet. And for connecting it to the public subnet we use Bastion host. And Bastion, it's nothing. Bastion host is an upper layer which helps you to connect to the internet with your web server, and it's a mediator between this. And it's in present first layer is the presentation tier, then the application tier, then the database tier, because databases are the most important and secure thing, so we have kept in the last layer. Okay, So what's the three-tier architecture that I want to explain you? Three-tier architecture is in first is presentation tier, then the logic tier that we call an application tier, then it's on a database tier. So what is presentation tier? Presentation tier is where all our HTML code, CSS and Python, oh so not Python, PHP codes, all the front end parts is deployed. And application tier where all the from where the all logic comes. Logic means business logics and all the all the important crucial data where all data going to be manipulated is going to be stored in the application tier, and from where the data is fetched is from the database tier. Okay, it's like that. Then three-tier architecture. So, okay, so in this making three-tier architecture, what all services that I have used in AWS is like I have used EC2, VPC, elastic load balancing, security groups, internet gateway, infrastructure will be designed to highly available and fault tolerant. So this is the simple diagram of my architecture. This application, web server and database is in single tier architecture, and is a multi-tier architecture where application, web server and database is kept in the different VM image for security purpose. So these are the some screenshots that I have created for making my website up and running. So now I'll just show you the part. So here I will show you how I have performed that lab in my project. So for that I'll go to this. Firstly, I have created my VPC on virtual private cloud, that means virtual private network, and in that I have created subnets, and I've created 4 subnets because public subnet, private subnet, public subnet and private subnet. Then I have created 2 route tables, private route table and public route tables. Then I have created the internet gateway which will help you to connect to the internet, and it's going to be placed in the public IP, public subnet. And then it's come the elastic IP that I have created because of every restart or stop of an instance the IP goes change. So for to make it static we use elastic IP. Then we have created net gateway to connect our private subnet instances to the internet. So then after that I have created the instance, and in that instance I have installed many different packages. So I'll just tell you from this beginning. First I have upgraded and updated my Ubuntu machine, then I've installed Apache 2, then I've installed and I'm checking that Apache 2 is working or not. Then I installed MariaDB server, then I have installed PHP, then I have installed MySQL, then I have created MySQL database in my local EC2 instance, and after that uh, I have installed WordPress, so to make it an application server where I can deploy my website. Okay, so where I can create my website and create my logics. Okay, so after that I have take the dump of my MySQL, dumping of my table. Okay, it will take the copy of my local database. So after that what I have done, I have created uh, EC RDS. RDS is the service provided by AWS of database. It's an highly scalable and highly available and fault tolerant service. By so after that I have what I have done, the so databases. Yeah, here you can see my database 1. It is my database that I have created, and why I have created this to make my website highly available, and I have kept it in the private subnet in the last tier that I have tell you in my architecture diagram. And after that what happened, my what the database I created in local my is locally my in my EC2 instance that I imported in the RDS with the help of this command. Just show you. Okay, it is in command prompt. Is the command, yeah. with this command. With this command you can import your dump file into the local RDS, sorry, in the AWS RDS system. Okay, so after that, yeah, then I have then I have created the load balancer. You can see because it will balance the load between the servers. And then after that I have created the ASG, auto scaling group. Auto scaling group is like if some extra traffic comes to the website, then then one more instance will automatically created, and the load balancer will balance the load into it. Okay, and here I've given the minimum and maximum requirement of my instances, like 5 are my maximum instances and 1 is my minimum instances. Okay, so as you can see, my instances got created with the help of this, and this is my website that I have created. As you can see, the website is not good that much because it's a part of front end. My main part is to provide the backend, and that backend has to be highly available, fault tolerant, and highly scalable. So the backend that I have provided is very strong, and this is not my part to create in front end. So yeah, and yeah, thanks to all of you for listening my video. And yeah, this is my project for final year, and I just want to thanks Kaveri ma'am for guiding me in this